Hi guys, welcome again to another special segment of the question and answer with Pastor Chris. Somebody wants to know. I've had people ask me this question several times. They say, what and what can a Christian do to have an effective fasting? When we say fasting is far beyond just staying away from food. There are many other things you need to do to have an effective fasting and to have results in your fasting. So in this short clip, Pastor is going to be answering that question. What you need to do at every time, every day when you fast. And also, Pastor will tell you the importance of fasting to your human spirit. It's not just about fasting. So what are you fasting for? So you're going to watch all of those things in this short clip. And if you are just watching this video for the first time and you've not subscribed to this channel, I want you to subscribe now and also share this video to reach more people. And I'll be right back. So watch this.
Spiritual fast is more than not eating. It's about meditation, prayer, consecration. All right? That's what it's about. So you don't just stay off the meals. You put your heart on God and on His Word. Okay? You decide. You decide where you want to start and when you want to stop. For example, when the Bible says that Moses fasted for 40 days, okay, and 40 nights, the count had to start from somewhere. And it had to end somewhere. Jesus fasted, and it tells us how He fasted, how many days He fasted. It had to start from somewhere and end somewhere. So there's got to be a start and a stop. Well, there are different kinds of fast. There are fasts where you don't want to drink anything, you don't want to eat anything. That's up to you and how the Spirit of God leads you at that particular point in time. The fast where you want to drink water. There are other kinds of fasts. I mean, you can be fasting and you don't want to see anybody. Okay? And you can be fasting and you go to work. For example, Jesus talked about that. He said, when you fast, He says, dress up nicely, don't appear to men to fast. That means you're still among people. He says, don't show that you're fasting. That means you came out. That means you went to work. Okay, so that's a kind of fast. You're fasting, but you're going to work. You're doing all the nice things you've been doing, and people don't know you're fasting, except those who are fasting with you, if it's not personal or private. See, so but there are other kinds, like I said, where you just want to be alone and you're fasting from the TV shows, no TV, no phones, no anything. You're just with the Lord. You see, now these are different kinds of fasts, and you are the one to determine what kind of fast you want to have, depending on what you're after. Why are you fasting? So that will determine the gravity of your fast, the seriousness of your fast. Now, that doesn't mean, because of the term I just used, that doesn't mean that some fasts are more serious than the others. No, I said it depends on what you want to do and how your faith really works. Because sometimes you fast in a certain way and your faith is not, it doesn't get polished. You feel like you got to do more. See? And sometimes you do a little and you think, wow, this is good. I got what I wanted. So it's really personal. It's really personal. And then, of course, when a group decides to do something together, then you better be a part of it. For example, if in your cell meeting or in your fellowship or in your church, they say, we're going to fast from sun up till sundown. Well, fast exactly as they said. If they say, we're going to fast from the early hours of the morning until 1 p.m., do it like they said, because it's a group. There's an agreement together to do it. See? All right. Now, in such a case, if it's not specific, and they say, we're going to fast, and it's not specific, and you say, can I drink water? Hey, between the early hours of the morning and 4 p.m. in the evening, you wouldn't die if you don't drink water. So if your throat is dry and you take a drink, soon you say your stomach is dry and you want to put some, you're going to do some more. And before long, who knows what you're going to be doing? You destroy the whole fast. So you won't die if you take that little fast. It won't do anything. So a lot of times there are short fasts, and I don't think that should be a problem to you. Somebody said, what about if you're taking drugs and the doctor said you must take these drugs and you're fasting? Well, maybe one of the reasons you have to find yourself taking these drugs is because you didn't fast in the first place. See, maybe if you were fasting the right kind of fast, you would have not been taking these drugs.
Alright guys, I'm glad you learned something from that message. And another way to get your spirit attuned to hearing from God is to set out times when you pray. Because in a fast, you cannot say you are fasting until there's a prayer involved. Because the main purpose of fasting is to separate your spirit from your flesh, is to make your spirit have even more dominion over your flesh. So you've got to pray. So praying will make that possible. And of course, when in the place of prayer, God can speak to you. God can also tell you what to do. God can give you counsel and direction on how to solve the problem you wanted to solve. So you see, Pastor has explained a lot of things. You know, sometimes people say, I'm fasting, but they fast for just some few hours and then go ahead and eat because they are hungry. You know, Pastor said that that's the purpose of fasting. See, to separate yourself, to stay away from food. So you cannot say you are fasting and then you fast for a few hours, go and drink water, or you can eat and say, oh, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. But fasting, true fasting is that you will feel hungry, you will feel thirsty, but you say to yourself, I'm not going to eat, I'm not going to drink water because I am fasting. I'm subjecting my body to my spirit. That's true fasting. See, and there's something Pastor didn't also get to say, and it has to do with setting out time for yourself to listen to messages. Okay? Set out time to listen to messages and also read some verses of the Bible. It will help you a lot. It will keep your spirit attuned to what God has to say to you when you are fasting. See, because God cannot talk to you outside His Word. If God is going to talk to you or give you a guidance or guidelines on how and what to do, it's going to be through His Word. So when you give yourself to His Word, studying His Word during those fasting periods, you will have direction on what you want to do. So I'm glad you heard from Pastor and you heard what all the details Pastor mentioned on what you need to do before you fast and what you need to do when you're fasting, when to start your fast and when to stop. I look forward to see you in the next video. And if you are just joining this channel for the first time, I would like that you subscribe to this channel and also like this video and share to reach more people. God bless you.